Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at VeChain and, just discussing on just this amazing price movement. I mean, it is up 50% on the week, and most of that price action's happening from today, up 40% against Ethereum. This is pretty impressive. We broke the highs of the last move up, which was in the summer of 2020, and we are on our way to the top, which I wouldn't even consider this a top because this was from like the first week of trading on Binance. So this is pretty impressive. Now, am I buying? No. If you've been following this channel for ever since February, I think I've been accumulating and selling VeChain throughout this entire run. I bought within this channel here and I sold up all along the way. And just yesterday I sold at around like 7,300 Gwei, um, or fractions of an ether. So I thought, and again, I think this is a good video in terms of talking about lessons learned, um, and confining with the rules that you set for yourself and sticking by them. And yes, I sold here. In hindsight, I could have held and even sold up here, but there was a comment that was made yesterday, actually, about basic attention token, and that comment is actually um, kind of important when we talk about where we do not know where the top is. We don't. We don't know with 100% certainty. Um, on this channel, and from my own perspective, I expected this to be the top. I was wrong. Obviously, in hindsight, you can say, well, it was market conditions. Bitcoin was very bullish. The altcoin market was very bullish. Of course, VeChain would break up to the top, and yeah, that totally makes sense. But at the same time, it could have turned the other way, and we would have been here saying like, well, of course, it's turning back here. It's coming up to previous support. So any outcome of VeChain, I think up until this point, can be rationalized in hindsight. But going into it, we don't know. So am I buying here? Am I buying again? No, I'm not going to chase the pump. I'm not going to. It's a rule that I have for myself that I mean in this case like you can do what you guys can do what you want, but for this, like, this is an impressive candle if you were part of it, but if you are buying up at this top, just tread with caution, because we're in uncharted territory with VeChain against Ethereum, and all it takes is for Ethereum to have some pretty good weeks, and you can almost bet your bottom dollar that this valuation is going to go down. Now, it's quite possible, and I said this in the previous video, it's quite possible for us to make it up back at this level and even break through it. And lo and behold, we're here now. I'm just saying that there's equal chance for the opposite to happen, and I think you have to be okay when you do decide to make yourselves that you're okay with that profit, and I'm okay with my profit. In hindsight, out of the hundreds and hundreds of percents gain that I made against Ethereum, another 40%, for today, we're talking about it's up 35% today. Another 35% is fine. Or if you really want to get into the nitty gritty, looking at where I sold, which is around here and coming up to the price, 28%, is lost, and I'm okay giving up that 30%. Now, if it goes up at like a few 100%, which I don't think it will, but I'm not going to roll that out. If it does that, well, then maybe I have some reflecting to do. But at this point, at 30, anything under 100%, I'm okay with. I'm okay with not sitting that one out. And obviously, if you keep an eye on this channel, you follow it, I'm always trying to find value plays throughout the market. And one that I did mention was Tezos, and unfortunately, it didn't give me enough time to buy in. I was talking about it when I was like, at 10,000, 11,000 sats or satoshis, and I was saying hopefully it comes back down to this region for me to accumulate, but it just went the opposite way. So, um, you know, stick around, and we'll definitely keep an eye on VeChain here, because I mean it's just done incredible. We're past all-time highs from in terms of Bitcoin valuation, which is impressive. And here we are at 23 cents. So I think this is not the end of VeChain. I mean, even if it decided to turn around here and come back to the bottom, I don't think that's the end of VeChain. I think that's just another opportunity for everyone to accumulate VeChain with their Ethereum, which I plan to do as long as, like, again, like if VeChain comes back down to this accumulation region, which it has done 3 times in the past, I will be ever so inclined to take it and begin to accumulate once again. Um, However, at this point, it's Benjamin Cohen had a pretty interesting saying about this, and it's when the valuations are this high, you leave it to the pigs. And I'm not saying that you guys are pigs, but what I'm saying is, let's try not to speculate on plays that have astronomically went bananas, and try to find other plays that provide more value, and less risk. And I think that's the most important part. There's gains to be made anywhere in the cryptocurrency space, and the important part is to mitigate your risk. Find plays that have lower risk than others. I would argue with VeChain, the risk is a lot higher than it was down here, and I would argue that VeChain at its current price has an insane amount of risk, more risk than probably Tezos, which is still near the bottom of its chart. Um, lower lower risk than even like Litecoin, which has had a pretty phenomenal day too. But again, this is not it's not a video to hamper on VeChain. I'm quite happy with what VeChain has done for me, and I'm sure you are happy with what VeChain is doing for you right now. All I wanted to, I just wanted to make this video as a good learning exercise for myself and for anyone else who might have sold and kind of feel the FOMO. Because it's not a good feeling when you sell. You think it's the top, and you kind of go about your day and you look back and it's 40% up from where you sold it, and you get that urge of like, oh, maybe I can buy back in and catch a little bit on the top. It's not good investing, you guys. I would think that just say that you're happy with the gains that you made thus far, and you move on to the next one. There's always opportunities everywhere in the market, not always in crypto, but there's always opportunities elsewhere. But that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.